But what is going on Wall Street? The way they have absolutely cheated, stolen, robbed everyday people who have been investing with Robinhood and other E-Trade accounts and all this stuff by saying, hey, hedge funds are getting smoked. Billionaires are getting smoked. So we're no longer going to let you trade on certain stocks, GMC, AMC, NOC. We're just shutting it off.
It sounds like you were allowing the hedge funds, and again, one of them owns a piece of you, and they had a big short position, and that looks like a stinky conflict that you didn't come out straight on from the start.
And I love the lectures. You hear it from the hedge funds and the suits, as I call them.
It's just a way of attacking wealthy people.
But they'll say they're protecting you.
In order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying in these stocks.
And we're protecting you versus yourself, and people don't understand the risk and margin. And then you look at them, it's like, buddy, look in the mirror. You're doing the same thing. The hedge funds are betting against companies. We're betting on them. With money and margin, we're doing the same thing. The only difference is we're winning and you're getting your teeth kicked in, and you just said, time out. We're changing the rules. And it's bananas. It cannot happen. And I saw the Robinhood guy, Vlad, he's on TV. He's lying through his teeth. Listen, the thing that really is scary, Robinhood, I'm going to give this guy a shred of credit. When he woke up and he said, we're going to halt trading and ruin our client base, he knew that was the end of Robinhood. Robinhood's done. That company will cease to exist because what they built it on, the day trader, the retail trader, they're never going back. So he willingly blew up his company today. He knew that was going to happen. Why? Who's in the back end? Who's pulling the strings? Who's making the decisions? We have to find out. And by the way, it's not enough just to be like, oh, we're going to slap you on the wrist and give you a fine. These are billionaires. They can write billion-dollar checks like we write $10 checks. Somebody has to go to jail for this. This was intentional market manipulation, and it's everyday people. It's just not the Reddit people. I have people hit me up all the time today, yesterday. They're putting their rent into this. They got caught up in the momentum. And if you lose money fair and square, fine. But nobody was under the impression somebody could just press the stop button and say, guess what? We can crash this stock without you having any say. You can only sell it. You can't buy it. What happened? This is like the movie Wall Street. It's insane.
This looks like a move by an outfit called Robinhood, which is supposed to be taken from the rich and given to the poor, and doing exactly the opposite. That when the big guys, including one of your main investors in your company, started to lose, you shut down the game to starve the little guy. Fair criticism.
That's not what it is at all. And I know you started this segment. It really resonated with me because you described the story of Robinhood. Robinhood started 5 years ago by pioneering commission-free, no account minimum mobile investing. Thanks for having me, Emily. I appreciate being here. Thank you for having me on the show again, Andrew. So to be clear, we didn't restrict trading. We restricted buying on about 13 securities on the platform. We made the decision in the morning to limit the buying of about 13 securities on our platform. This was just 13 stocks that we temporarily set to position closing only. The risk and the deposit requirements, we had to restrict buying in these 13 stocks. So what happened today was, as you pointed out, we had to make a very difficult decision. It's been a challenging day. So we had to make a very difficult decision to restrict buying, but it wasn't restricting trading, and customers that had positions could get out of them unrestricted. So, we had to make a very difficult decision to protect our customers and our firm. So it was a difficult decision. This was a technical and operational decision that we made. I know how Clorox and Lysol felt in the pandemic. I've got to say now, I can kind of understand how Clorox and Lysol were feeling at the beginning of the dynamic when there's so much demand for something. And they could also trade in the thousands of other securities on our platform. Customers that held positions in those securities could sell them, and customers also were able to trade the thousands of other securities on Robinhood throughout the time without restrictions. but customers that held them could sell throughout. Thousands of other securities and stocks on our platform were available to freely trade.
When I saw what Robinhood was doing, ironically, Robinhood take from the rich and give to the poor, even though they do the exact opposite, I was stunned. I think it's criminal. I think there has to be an investigation. I think people have to go to jail. Whether that actually happens, I don't know. But I've never been more convinced about market manipulation and the people, the hedge funds, controlling the game than today. I mean, just to wake up and say, hey, you can't trade these stocks anymore. You can only sell them. We're going to intentionally crash the market in these stocks. And everyone who has it, tough, you're going to lose a ton of money, but we're going to save the rich people and the hedge funds. Shocking. Like in 20 years of me doing Barstool, I'm not exaggerating, it's the most shocked I've been, and maybe I shouldn't be, but, you know, when you have AOC and Donald Trump Jr. both on the same side of an issue.
We are glad that both sides of the aisle are coming together here.
You know something's dramatically wrong.
I'm reading some of these articles. They're mind-blowing. Forbes wrote an article titled, "Ignore the Populist GameStop Hype. Short sellers are heroes."
Whoa.
Are you kidding me? Wow. Like, how more insane and crazy can you get to try to justify this, to use such spin, such propaganda, to try to somehow manipulate people to think that people coming together and playing the stock market, just like the hedge funds are, is something bad? I mean, they allowed small businesses to be destroyed, and people haven't forgotten that.
Some notable person has said there's no such thing as a free lunch. And if you appreciate what we do and what we're trying to do and our spin on things, we're not trying to be, the final authority on much of anything. But we've got some comments to make about lots of things. Then the cost for you is to subscribe. Now, that isn't going to cost you immediately in dollars and cents, but it will only cost you as you may later on buy something that the advertisers put on there. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking to get enough subscribers so that we can get some advertisers and make a little money. And we'd appreciate your liking us and subscribing. Thank you.